Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is FPL Elma and today I'm going to be going through my Game Week 5 team selection as well as my Game Week 4 team review and some transfers I'm considering for Game Week 5. But before we get into that, we're still aiming to get 400 subscribers. I think we're like 5 or 6 subscribers away. So if you're new around here, make sure you hit that sub button. And if you're enjoying the content, make sure you leave a like. It really helps out the channel. And without wasting any much time, let's get straight into it. So we're going to start off with the Game Week 4 team review. Managed to score 74 points, taking my overall points to 272. A small red arrow from 96,000 to 178,000. Not a very big red arrow, but still a red arrow. Hoping to improve on that on Game Week 5. And also there's my league code. I'll be closing the league once Game Week 5 begins. So make sure you join if you haven't joined yet, because there'll be no entry after the Game Week 5 deadline. So in goal we had Flecken there with 2 points. Udogi 5 points, managed to get an assist and one bonus point in their 5-2 win against was it Luton. Then Chilwell 1 point, disappointing display again, subbed off again, picking up a yellow card again. Just disappointing gallop from him ever since I brought him in for Gabriel. I know not as if Gabriel has been doing better, but I think it was a wasted transfer um, so far. Then you have Stupinan, 2 points. Has not been hitting the marks he was hitting on the first game weeks, but he was playing in Newcastle, so it's a little bit understandable. Then you have Bruno with 2 points, disappointing display against a big team again. Rashford 7 points, managed to get a goal. Saka 4 points, managed to get an assist, and 2 points. And Sterling, disappointing transfer again against a relatively easier opponent, 2 points. Mbeumo managed to get a goal and one bonus point in the last minutes of the match. Jackson 1 point, disappointing display. In an alternative universe, Sterling gets the assist and Jackson gets the goal, but she was not to be, so 2-1 from both of them. Then you have Haaland, 40 points, scoring a hat trick, collecting all the 3 bonus points. Just a wonderful display from him. Then you had Martana there, 5 points, clean sheet against Chelsea, very surprising. Then Matty Cash with a -1, scoring an own goal against Liverpool. Kabore 1 point, I think with a cameo of the bench, I think. Then Mbama 0 points. So overall, not a bad team display, but that for Game Week 5 can be able to get a green arrow and a better Game Week point. Then now we can look at some of the transfers I'm thinking of doing, and one of them is Bruno to Son. We all know Bruno don't be performing really well, but he put on a show for Portugal in the Euro qualifiers with, I think, 3 assists and a goal. Really strong performance, but that is not FPL, unfortunately. Then United play Brighton in their next fixture. And we saw how United struggled last season against Brighton in the league. I think they took 6 points from us last season. So yeah, so it's something to watch out for. But after the Brighton fixture is going to be Burnley, Crystal Palace, Brentford, Sheffield. I think it's a pretty easy fixtures on paper for United. So expect them to be collecting all the points and hope that Bruno is going to perform. But we also have Rashford in the team for that United cover. That's why I'm thinking of going for the transfer to Son. But then when I look at Son, he looks like one game week replacement for Bruno, because then they play Arsenal, Liverpool, in game week 6 and 7 consecutively, and that's something to watch out for as well. But in game week 8 and 9 they go back to Luton and Fulham. So maybe it's better to wait for game week 8, or when we go to Son, then from Son go back to Bruno for that run until game week 7, and go back to Son again. Let me know in the comments what you think about the Bruno and Son transfer. And also, yeah, that's something interesting, something I'm considering, something I'm thinking of doing. So it's 50-50 at the moment. But with that in mind, let's have a look at how the team is going to be lining up for Game Week 5. So for Game Week 5, we're going to be having Matt Turner in goal against Burnley. Just hope that he can be able to replicate what he did against Chelsea and be able to keep a clean sheet. Although Burnley have been scoring some goals, but they've not been getting the wins. I just hope this time by Nottingham Forest can be able to keep a clean sheet. Although I've heard some rumors that Lacho Davies might be the starting goalkeeper for Nottingham Forest. So that's something to watch out for and listen here and there for the press conferences. I'm sure they've not yet happened, so that's something to watch out for. But for now, I'm going to having Matt Turner in goal. We're going to be having Cash against Crystal Palace in there. Obviously, he can't get a worse score than the one he got in Game Week 4 of a -1. So we just hope for something better than that. Then we have Udogie against Sheffield. That's a replication of what he did in Game Week 4 and a little bit more, of course, maybe a goal this time and a clean sheet for Spurs. Then you have Chilwell playing against Bournemouth away. So this I had the start that this is Chelsea have won like one match in their last, I think, 12 or something matches. The last team they defeated was Bournemouth. So maybe this is where they turn around to put the ship and are going to be able to beat Bournemouth, and I hope that Chilwell will be more involved than he has been in the past few game weeks. And then we can move on to the midfielders. We're going to be having Rashford and Bruno. Still not sure about the Son transfer, so we're going to keep Bruno in the meantime there as I think about that transfer. So Bruno Rashford play against Brighton at home. United are very good at home, but the last time United lost at home in the Premier League, I think, was against Brighton. So it's going to be interesting to see how we're going to fare on in that fixture. Brighton, very good team. They just demolished Newcastle in Game Week 4, but they were beaten by West Ham in Game Week 3. So maybe Ten Hag has something there. I know that Bruno and Rashford are going to be heavily involved in the attacking returns. Then you have Saka against Everton. Not his best game against United. He was heavily marked by Dalot, who did a fantastic job. But Saka now is going to be playing the likes of Mikolenko there. So I hope that he's going to be able to perform and come out with a result. Maybe a cheeky penalty goal as well. You never know, but can just hope. So the Pickford owners now have a conundrum in there. Something to think about between Saka and Pickford. Interesting to see what they'll do. Then you have Sterling against Bournemouth. Just hope they can be able to perform and bounce back from their poor display in Game Week 4. Just have a good game week. Then you have Mbeumo against Newcastle. A tricky fixture, but as you can see, Newcastle are not strong defensively as they were last season. So that Mbeumo can be able to unlock that and maybe come up with a goal as well. So that's the midfield. Hope that is able to perform. And then we can finish off the team with the forwards and the bench. So we're going to be having Jackson in there. I'm going to instill my trust in him and maintain it because I brought him last in Game Week 4, so that he can be able to repay that with a performance against Bournemouth. Then you have Haaland against West Ham. Just replicate what he did against Fulham, score a hat-trick, and we all move on. He's also the captain, and I'm sure most of you are going to be captaining him as well. So yeah, so I think Haaland is going to be the captain. Then the bench, you have Flecken against Newcastle. I just think Newcastle are going to be out for revenge after the humiliation display against Liverpool and Brighton. I'm sure they're going to want to play well, and I'm sure they're going to score. Estopinan against United, I'm a United fan, so I want United to score. The head Estopinan is on the bench. Wama and Kabore, they don't really perform, but Kabore is due a double game week, I think Game Week 7 or 8. So yeah, I think at least I have him, and I think I'm going to discuss that when that time arrives. So that's the team for Game Week 5. Hope it's going to outscore the Game Week 4 team. Let me know in the comments how your teams are looking like. And if you want to ask me any questions, my Instagram DMs are usually open. Same as Twitter. Links are down in the description, so make sure you go check me out there. And with that, I'd like to thank you all guys for watching, and I'll see you all guys later. Bye-bye.